for joining us for a radio.com check-in with Ashe, who is part of our ultimate showdown for where we put artists against each other, have people vote. How do you feel about this being a part of it?
Oh man. Well, I feel conflicted. I feel very conflicted. I mean, it's fun and it's cool to watch fans really have your back. I think stuff like this is like it's really fun for the fans to get involved and like, you know, do the whole showdown. I think that's so fun. Until I'm pitted against Niall Horan, and then the fans are literally like, they're like, I'm not voting. Like, I don't know how to choose. They know how to choose.
Right. Well, you know what? To be put against any former member of One Direction, like that's not fair.
It's game over,
But
especially on Twitter.
That way because it's bracketology.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Let's keep doing it, and then one day I'm gonna win, and then
I believe in you this year.
I will feel so good. Yeah, maybe this is my moment.
Yeah. Well, hey, congratulations on everything. You know, obviously your music had been featured in To All the Boys I've Loved Before, but now you're also in the third movie, and the song is just fantastic. Actually, you have 2 songs in there, right?
Yeah, really, actually an old song from my first EP called Real Love. That's thrown in there. And then I wrote a song for a couple of scenes in the movie. It's cool.
How did they approach you about doing the third one? Where they're like, hey, moral of the story was just like such a kick-ass success. Like, please come back and do the music for this one.
Yeah, it was like a couple weeks after, it was like pre-pandemic, maybe end of February, we got drinks with the music supervisor and the director. So it was like right before going out to get drinks was not legal. And we were hanging out and talking about the movie and moral success. And because at that point, like 2 weeks after the movie, Moral was doing 2 million streams on Spotify a day. And we were like, what is?
It's so
what was happening?
Good. I know it's been out for a while and like we're supposed to be talking about the new song, and which I love, but I still go back to Moral all the time and like look out a window and get choked up. It's that song, you know?
Oh, thank you. I think it's cool the amount of people that are still discovering it. I'll be like, you haven't heard this song yet? You know? But yeah, so do
you ever want to be like Moments Over, like 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go to the same now?
You know, I love Moral of the Story. I think I'm really proud of that song. And I think that it's such a good testament for artists to only put out music that you love, because if it happens to go, you're going to have to play it 30 years from now on your reunion tour. You know, like there's
something to think about.
There's no tour, there's no show in which I don't play Moral of the Story, unless I want to be a mean artist, you know, like how many fans are going just to hear that song? So yeah, I love that song. I'm always down to hype it up, but yeah, I mean, and then the movie and the same is a cool moment, and I feel so honored that we got to do that. But now I think you guys know about the next record, right?
Listen, I don't personally, but I figured it out by the clues. Hello, Phineas.
Hello, Phineas.
I didn't know he was in Bad Teacher. I know, like figuring out your collabs and like also learning a really fun fact about Phineas. I didn't know he was in movies.
That's what I was hoping people would get out of that. I was
that was the one thing that threw it off for me, because I was like, homeschool check, surfing check, just got to Google what hand he writes with, cool. But I was like, he's been in movies.
I know. And the amount of people that thought it was going to be Niall Horan when it was just left-handed, they were like, ah! Like, no.
only one artist can be left-handed.
Yeah. Only the holy Niall Grail. Oh man. Yeah. No, a bunch of people were stumped. I think the Cameron Diaz clue was the kicker. But yeah, that's technically coming out tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's
so I'm
exciting.
really
What can you tell us about it so far? Like, obviously, you know, he's just so fantastic, and so are you. So I feel like the two of you together on something is going to be amazing.
Oh man. It's what can I tell you? I think it's like a friendship love song. I think that's the coolest part of it.
Is it slow,
We've
medium, fast?
I'll give it like a medium tempo. It's not slow.
Okay.
Um,
Are we
but it's
crying?
feelsy. You're in your feels. I don't know if you're crying. I
What scene in
cried.
the movie is it?
What was that?
What scene of the movie does it fit? Walking alone with
Oh,
a coffee, crying in the rain, or that scene in Legally Blonde where she gets her life together?
not that scene. That's the best question. Oh, I feel like it's like walking on the side of a cliff in the rain,
Ooh, that's
like
intense.
on the edge of the cliff.
That's real, and that's
Yeah.
also really scary because you have to like make sure you're not gonna slip. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like puts you you're on the edge for the whole song. It's really, really cool. I could not be more stoked. And the music video comes out on the same day, March 2nd. And so I'm just, yeah,
Do you
really
get
excited.
emotional over your own music? Do you ever like cry when you listen to it back?
Only certain songs. I think I was that with Moral Story because it was so personal. And then this record because it's with Finn and we have been, close for a really long time. And the record is like I keep thinking about how special it's gonna be sort of 30 years from now when, we're looking back and we're still friends and laughing about doing music together. And yeah, I mean, just like only do duets with your friends because you have to do so much stuff with them. Like so much promo. I mean, I remember things with Niall. I got so lucky with Niall because we got along so well
Wonderful.
out the gate, but that could
Also,
have gone horribly wrong, you know?
and also not to sound creepy, but like the best smelling celebrity I've ever met.
Phineas or Niall?
Niall. I've never met
Oh,
Phineas in person.
oh, I can attest to both of those, and they both smell fantastic. So,
Yeah, just very well. I'll take your word on
so
Phineas because I've
much.
only met him via Zoom. But Niall, I'm like, do you eat toothpaste? You are the cleanest smelling person I've ever stood by.
Phineas for years in the beginning. It's not as bad now, not bad, but he would put so much cologne on after you went to hug him, you'd smell like him the rest of the day. And I remember like making fun of him for it, and he was like so proud of that fact. It's very silly.
It's like a flex on like how to get girls to remember you.
Wait, that's true.
Have you
Whoa.
have you ever like had like a guy's shirt or something and then like you spray it with like a little bit of perfume before you give it back to him? Really? Come
I
on,
have not
say
done.
fun stuff.
I feel like a lot. I think that's probably more common
I don't know.
than
That's
not.
I feel like what I used to do in my teens all the time because I'd be like, I'm cold. Can I borrow your hoodie? Take it home. I'll be like, I'll bring it back to you. And then like that night with Love
Like
Spell, I'm like,
that is amazing. I think I wasn't hip enough when I was young. I was like deodorant. I wasn't putting on
okay.
cologne yet, perfume yet. I should have been. You were way cooler than me when you were in high school.
Um, so you guys you guys have been friends. So how did the idea for this song come about? Was it a text message? Was it maybe you guys like were drinking and somebody suggested it?
I wrote most like the bulk of the song was written the day before we were ordered to go into quarantine. So I knew like pandemic was hitting. We were like, oh no, something's happening. So that's definitely, you can feel that in the song. I think it's like subliminally in there. And my producer and I, who's producing my album for me, Leroy Clampett, we went into the studio, wrote most of this song. And then the next day we were supposed to go back into the studio, but I texted him and I was like, I don't think it's safe. I don't think we should. And so it was the last song that was written right before sort of the world fell apart.
So did you write it
And
with him in mind? Like it just kind of was like it just kind of was like you were like this is mine and Phineas's song.
yeah, I just sort of knew. I mean, he didn't know. He didn't know anything. I was just like, I'm gonna manipulate him and he will say yes.
Did you manipulate
um,
him?
no. I was just like, I think that this is a really special love song that's not about sort of like a romantic love. And I think it can be. I mean, it can be sort of interpreted in a lot of different ways. I think the best songs can be. But yeah, I think we have the same management team. So I think without me even knowing it, they sent the song to him.
Okay.
And suddenly I just found out he was like, yeah, I'm going to sing on the song. And then texts me and he's like, I'm working on the second verse. And I was like, what? What? So yeah, so he wrote his second verse and it has the best lyric in the entire song, which is so frustrating.
How
Um,
dare he? It's your
how
song.
dare you? How dare you? You know? And yeah, it's really special and beautiful. And yeah, I couldn't be more excited. Oh,
I love
hi,
that.
Tucker.
So you very quickly mentioned the word album. What's going on with that?
I did. I snuck that in there.
I saw.
I really can't. I can't say much. Other than it's really good. I think it's really good. I like it. And yeah, it's just close and will be out soon. That's all I can say.
Hey, that's good enough.
It's like a lot. It's like giving you a lot.
You are giving me a lot. I ask about visuals at all? Like what, like maybe like the aesthetic of the album, the like,
Mm,
or am I doing
yeah,
too much?
sure. The two funny like keywords, the inspirations for creative, it's been like Salvador Dali meets Quentin Tarantino.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
It sounds really cool,
Yes,
but
it does.
we're still fine tuning that imagery. So yeah, you'll see.
Quentin
I'm looking.
Tarantino, I feel like you're gonna be like on the back of a motorcycle.
Ooh, now I should be. Thank you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Just the album cover, just me like,
Yes.
I don't know, man. I would hurt myself.
So also really quick, and I'm sure you've told this story before, but I thought it was so awesome, is that TikTok you posted of like quickly like covering about how you kind of came to be and like how your career happened. Can you
Hmm.
break that down for us? Because I thought that was really awesome.
Ooh, was it recent
I
or was it
But
old?
it was like you talking about your song, being into All the Boys I've Loved Before, and then just kind of like how quickly things changed for you in like a
Oh,
year.
yes. Yeah, that was, yeah. Okay, cool. Just replaying it in my head, figuring out what that was. Yeah. Well, so I think I was sharing the story about, when Moral of the Story got placed in the second to All the Boys movie, it just it did more than we ever could have imagined. It was like, it was the catalyst for such a big shift. And then I think we as a team and my label and management and me, I think we really took that and we were like, we're not going to let this moment go.
Yeah.
Like, just because a song pops off doesn't mean you're suddenly going to be relevant.
No, and you got to kind of stay
Or,
in that heat while it's there.
yeah, I mean, you really have to sort of massage it and take care of it and nurture it. And we were like, we are not going to let this moment slip. And so I feel like we leveraged it and sort of into a really big moment. And, um, thank God someone like Niall was so excited about the song and wanted to be on it. And then that catapulted my career in a way that, you know, I, I love him so much. He is such a big part of my story now. And then, yeah, so then, the To All the Boys director asked me to write for the third movie, got to be in that, have a moment there. And just a year after, basically in 1 year, my entire life has changed forever.
I,
And now I'm putting out a song with my best friend,
I love
it's
that.
cool.
I think what's so cool too is like, I feel like when you start making music, you don't really off the gun think about, what if my music was in a movie and it just did this really incredible thing for a scene. And just for it to
Mm,
have that happen is just like I think something creators don't usually think about is like what their thing can actually do.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think as artists, you don't really, you have to trust that A, you're make music you love, and then B, trust that it's gonna find its way somehow.
Yeah.
Whether that's like sometimes it's an Apple sync, you know, and a commercial or a movie, or Taylor Swift is like, I endorse this record, or, you know, you
Yeah.
never know. You just kind of hope that the right champion finds you, and um, takes it takes luck. It does in a lot of ways, you know.
It's always timing too. Like your song, you know, a song could be so good, but if it just like doesn't hit at the right time, like that can also be a factor, and it's tough.
Yeah, I totally felt that way with my first EP. So that record was kind of like psychedelic and like had some electronic influences. And do you know this artist Remy Wolf?
I've heard
She's
the.
new. She's new on the scene. She's sick. Go check her out.
Oh, okay.
Plugs Remy Wolf. And she is putting out kind of like, I mean, it's her own thing and it's really different, but it's sort of what I was trying to do with the rabbit hole. And it's crushing now. And I'm like, ooh, you know, I think my timing was off. I think I put out that record too early. Like and that's fine. And it went the way it was supposed to go. But yeah, I mean, sometimes timing is just off and you're like, well, all right, there it goes.
Yeah. Well, one more question before we go. You know, when everything's back and you can tour again, and you know, maybe this is a giant headline tour. What would be your dream situation for you headlining a show? Who would open up for you? What would your like dream like kind of maybe venue be?
Ooh, you know, I don't know that I cared too much about what the venue would be.
Well, I mean like size
Only,
maybe, you know what I mean? Instead of like some
yeah,
people want an amphitheater, some people want an arena, some people like something small and cozy.
no, I have a feeling that things are going to just based on the way my career went this year, things grew really fast and rapidly. And I would like the rooms to be smaller on this first one. You know,
Would it be
I
like those situations where the stage has like a rug on it?
oh, I'm barefoot when I perform, so there
Yes.
must be a rug. There's always a rug, no matter what. Just a 70s shag or something. Yeah, you know, I would like them to start out small because I just know, I just can feel it in my bones that I don't think I'm going to get to play small rooms for much longer, which sounds kind of
No,
weird.
I love hearing that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think those intimate shows are so important because it makes the fans right now feel so connected with you.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be like I headlined the Troubadour now almost 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, the pandemic's really throwing my timeline off. And we sold it out and it was amazing. It was 500 cap, and that was before Moral or anything sort of happened. So I don't think it'll probably be that small, but I think I just wanted to keep it sort of intimate enough so that I can see people singing the lyrics. I want to like us to
Yeah.
all scream together, and yeah, but we'll see. I just can't wait I don't have an agenda about it. I just want to do it. I just want to get out there.
I know.
You know?
Do you have like a date in mind, even though it seems so far away? Like, does 2022 seem realistic?
Yeah, I think 2022 sounds really realistic.
Okay.
We haven't, you know, I don't know. We're still working on what to
Right.
do. I definitely, what I don't want to do is announce a tour that I have to move.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
worst.
I think it's like fans are going through so much whiplash with other artists who had tours already during the pandemic and they had to move it and then move it again. And I think we're all like have a little bit of PTSD about that. And so whatever we do, I want to make sure it doesn't move. So yeah, I just want to be really respectful to fans and their money and their time. And, you know, they're the whole reason why we get to do what we do. So we better treat them well, you know?
Absolutely. Well, Ashe,
Yeah.
thank you so much. We love you over at radio.com and good luck with everything up ahead.
Oh, thank you. Love you guys too. You're amazing. And yeah, let's chat again soon. Maybe in person would be nice.
Yes, that would be awesome. All right, have a
Okay.
good day.
Bye, you too. See you later.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications from radio.com. While you're at it, why don't you check out some of our other great videos.